Alright guys, see you later. I'm going fishing.
Better catch a lot.
I hope so. See ya. Ready to go fishing, Maggie? Let's go. Good. Let's go. Yeah. Good girl. We're on our way to a local fishing hole where I've been told you can catch tiger trout. Oh man, I almost made it. I can't believe I forgot to lock in the hubs. That was the whole problem. I probably would have made it the first try. All right, I'm good to go now. Soft and they just dug trenches. We should be able to just mosey right up this hill. Keep it in granny gear and just crawl on up. That way it won't be so bumpy. What do you think, Maggie? Pretty bumpy, huh? Ease myself down this hill, which is covered with snow. Thank goodness it didn't end up being too slippery. Looks like we made it. There it is. A little local fishing spot. All right, Maggie, let's go see if we can catch a fish. Come on. Dang, no bites. That first cast is important. Well, I'll bring you back if I start catching fish. I got a fish. Oh, it's tiny. I guess they just planted this. So there are some in here from last year. This is one of the just barely put in little guys. But he'll grow up and be a nice fish. We'll let him go. That means they're aggressive, you know, chasing this. I have a black marabou jig. Let's hope we can catch a bigger one. It'd be funner. Nope, got one. Oh, it got off. Ooh, that felt big. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch a good fish here. Yeah, so far just that one fish. Oh, felt like a bite. Well, since I'm not catching fish, I'm going to go down into these trees right here and make myself some coffee and bake a cinnamon roll. I have a new experiment I want to try with the reflector oven idea. So this one's especially for those folks who have the Firebox Freestyle Everything Kit, because I'm going to be using 8 panels. The ground is really muddy, and I didn't bring a table, so I'm really glad to find this flat rock. It's perfect. For those of you who have the Firebox Everything Kit, what you'll need is all 8 panels. This is the hexagon fire grate. So what you do is you open this up, and then you will need your notched fire stick. So I have the small fire grate that'll go in the end, and then one modification I did have to make to do this was I had to cut my notched fire stick. There's the little notch in it right there. I had to cut that shorter so that the windscreen could fit next to it. So I'm just going to notch that fire stick in. I'm going to put a short fire stick right next to it, and then I'm going to put one in on the far end, and then that will allow me to open this up into the hexagon shape. And let me show you that before I put the fire grate in, so you can see how I have it set up. There you go. So that's where the fire sticks go. I hope you can see that. And then you just put your fire grate down in on top of those fire sticks there. We'll do one more fire stick on the end of this small area, and I will put the small fire grate there. So I'll put my baking stone here on this end. I'm going to have a gap back in the back so that hot air can come out of this port and go around and heat the back of the oven. I'm going to set some fire sticks up here so I can support my cup for heating up water for coffee. I've got my windscreen divided into two sections. A section of 4 panels that I'll put on first. This goes right here against the back of the oven, but I am going to create that airspace I talked about. And then the section of 6 will go back behind here. This gives me double wall insulation. You can see I found a good rock to put behind it to keep it from tipping backwards. And then I put a rock on both sides just to hold it into this position. Now this is one of the coolest parts. You take your fire pan tin and you hang it on this back edge, and this becomes your lid, and it's surprisingly secure. And I've even been able to put my plate on here and use it as a table. You don't want much weight on there, but it does work as far as keeping something warm, or even eating your meal right there where you have some heat, keeping your food nice and toasty. Light our fire and get this going. And when you're using a good fire starter like this, you don't really need kindling. You can put big wood on right away. It'll get this big stuff going, no problem at all. Good dog. So pretty. Now, one thing I don't have with this setup is a heat shield. Since I don't have a heat shield for that front edge of my cinnamon rolls, I'm only going to bake with hot coals. Let's start moving some of those hot coals back under that cooking stone. Start getting our oven a little hotter. We already have some pretty decent hot coals here. These pieces are almost done burning. I'm going to go ahead and move them in under the oven. I don't have to worry about burning my cinnamon rolls yet because they're not in there. But this will make sure that cooking stone is nice and hot. Coffee time. Ooh, that's good. Get this to pop open. There we go. Open our oven door. Drop these beauties in. Now I have been working on the seasoning for my pizza stone. I'm going to try to center these between the front and the back. And it sounds like my pizza stone is nice and hot. Close our oven door and let it work. Okay, they've only been in there for just, I don't know, maybe 2-3 minutes. And I can see the bottoms are getting really dark. So I'm going to move these hot coals up on top. I think there's enough heat in that pizza stone that it will just keep cooking from the bottom. In fact, I hope it cools down enough that I don't just burn the heck out of the bottoms. But I'm going to move all these hot coals up on top. These have been running for about 13 minutes, And you can see that some browning is happening right there in between, kind of in the middle of the oven. So I moved my coals to both sides, and I'm just gonna blow on them a little bit and try to get a little bit more heat on those outside edges. Right, I think these cinnamon rolls are done. Let's move these hot coals off so we can open our door. And let's check them out. Golden brown right there on top. Let's see how burnt the bottoms ended up getting. They're sticking just a little bit, but not too bad. In fact, not bad at all. And oh yeah, right in the middle, they did get a little bit dark, but they're not black, they're just dark brown. So I'm hoping they're not too bad. Yeah, just a little dark on the bottom. I think where I made my mistake was in having the flames. I put those two big pieces in while they were still flaming, and I think that just got things a little too hot. And if I would have been more careful to temper that heat out, I think I would have had better luck. Let's put some of this cream cheese frosting on. Now these are the Cinnabon version of these cinnamon rolls, which is awesome. And actually I think they could have gone a little, no, actually they look like they're cooked. They're just really soft because they're hot. Yeah, they're tearing apart like they're cooked. So maybe they could have gone just a little longer, but pretty darn good. Alright, well, once again, that was a fun experiment. The one edge of this is pretty doughy, the rest of it's not. So that pizza stone being too hot, you know, caused things to move too fast on the bottom, and it needed to stay in there longer, cook more slowly in order for things to cook evenly. So, you know, this system of using the reflected heat or the radiant heat for baking requires a little bit more finesse, but it can be done. And it's kind of fun figuring out the nuances of how to make it work right. Anyway, a little bit of a shorter video this week. I hope you don't mind too much. I'm heading out of town with my family, and I just didn't have the time to do an overnighter. But thank you all for watching. Cheers.